Welcome back, Internet, to No Reverts, the KSP walkthrough where we are going to play on the hardest setting. I believe it's called Rocket Scientist, with no reverts back to the VAB or back to launch, and we're also not going to be loading any saves. We're just going to keep on going. What you see is Curb and Cannon. So today we are going to accomplish two things. We are going to land on the MUN, which is a big accomplishment in itself. The true test to all Kerbal players of, I guess your effectiveness in this game. I don't know, but there's other planets to explore. I've been playing this game, or at least the Kerbal games, for a while now, and I like to think I'm decent at MUN and min-miss landings, but once we start exploring the other planets is where it's going to start being a challenge. So the goal here is to unlock science so that we can get better parts, because we're a little restricted right now, but I think we have enough for a landing. We're just doing a simple rocket here. There are two different ways kind of to go about landing. You have like a straight shooter like this, where the top part is going to land and the top part is going to get us back home. And really any rocket can be a one-way straight shooter. But once you want to start doing returning missions to places that aren't the MUN or min-miss, you got to do what's called, I think, an Apollo style rocket, where you have a lander, which is its own rocket that's also attached to your mothership, your main ship. But we'll do that in a future episode. For today, it's a simpler, kind of easier way to go about landing. I'll go into the details of the Apollo style once we build that and do that flight. But today is just a simple landing. Our goal here is to land on a mare to plant the flag. Oh no, okay. So in a previous video, shout out to Killer Whale, who made note that with this game mode, we actually could utilize the the launch escape system, whatever it's called. It's in KSP 1. I think there's one in the KSP 2, but I definitely do not have it unlocked. Once I do unlock it, I probably should start implementing some sort of abort system into my rockets, because we need to care about the safety of our Kerbals, whatever they're called. We've already lost enough. Rest in peace to Jeb and Rickley. Forever in our hearts, never forgotten. In the meantime, we are just making sure that we're going to get a nice orbit here. Create our maneuver node. Just flying prograde. Bada bing, bada boom. Nice little stage here. It's going to get us that nice orbit. And we've set the MUN as our target. I like to go about 40, maybe that's actually 90 degrees. If you think of the line from the MUN to Kerbin, to then kind of the direction that you're going, I kind of fly it at like a 90 degree angle. Typically you can get yourself an encounter with the MUN. That's something that I don't know, I just kind of learned. I don't know if I learned that from Matt Lown or just through time. But there are resources online for transfer windows that are going to come in handy when we get into interplanetary travel. But for today, we're just kind of doing some guesswork. And we have time warped too far, which is fine. We have enough Delta V to land and to get back home, so I'm not too worried. I just would hate to miss the MUN, because then we have to redo everything, which is annoying. So we have established an orbit, and now we're just going to make a maneuver node to land on the mare, I think that's what it's called, which is just one of these dark, flat regions of the MUN. When we plant a flag there, we can get some extra science, which we are going to need to continue on to bigger and better missions. But here we go. We are landing on the MUN for the first time. in this series. Big steps. It was just, what, 2-3 episodes ago, we were just trying to establish a solid orbit around Kerbin, and here we are landing on a completely different surface. I wanted to call it a planetary surface, but the MUN, I do not believe, is categorized as a planet. I think it's a satellite. Technically, I think it's a satellite. I don't know. Not a rocket scientist. However, we are just about 500 meters above the surface, trying to kill our surface speed, but also get as much delta V out of that stage. So the problem that just happened here that's going to make us not be able to land is, I don't know exactly how, but maybe it's when we separated stages. Our horizontal speed was not great, so we were not going to land because our craft is so tall. But here we go. Nice and slow land. We've touched down. And, oh no! We've fallen, and we cannot get up. Okay. Well, we're still going to collect our science. Maybe we can transmit it. Get Tim C out here, do his little thing, plant the flag, because no matter if we get home or not, we have accomplished the mission, which I love about KSP. It doesn't matter if you get home. Just get the mission done. But this does add an element to the series. You know, I was thinking about losing Kerbals because they might die, but I didn't think about losing Kerbals because of crash landings. So maybe we'll come rescue him in a future episode. I don't know. Maybe. We should try and get all of them back, I guess. And now you can witness my inability to get Tim back into the ship. Come on. Okay. Okay, well, we're going to try and get back, but before we do that, we are going to try and transmit our science. We don't have enough battery power to do that. It'd be nice to have this science, at least what we could, because then we could, upgrade our stuff. Yeah. So we're definitely going to have to come back for him. Tim C, just hold on tight. Hopefully you have enough food and water. But hey, we landed. It's really easy to get back. We had enough delta V. You literally just kind of launch up. But I guess we will showcase that in a future episode. To close this episode out, we are going to do one quick mission because I just want a little bit more science. We're going to unlock a few things here, get some bigger rockets, but we don't have enough research to unlock everything I want to before our next mission, which that next mission is called Lunar Signal, which we have to go explore this mysterious signal that we're getting from the MUN. So we'll do that in the next episode. So stay tuned, subscribe, ring the bell, get notified. But we're just going to make a cute little satellite, relax a little bit, do a mission that isn't going to hurt our heads too much. We're also not going to use any Kerbals because we've lost too many. Rest in peace, Jeb and Rickley, or Richley. I never really knew how to say that Kerbal's name. And I think I only flew a couple flights before they died. Here we go. We are on a launch to establish a satellite. Satellites can be important. I don't know if it's really important to have one this close to Kerbin. If there is a reason, leave in the comments below, because I would actually wouldn't mind learning something. But I find it helpful to eventually get satellites into a Kerbal orbit, so orbiting around this game's sun, because when we start to land or approach, basically it's mostly because when we crash land on other planets, and if I can't get back, I can still transmit science to get those science points if we have a nice satellite system going. Now in the first KSP, I knew kind of how to view that and how that worked. I know that with this game, like if you see, so next to the SAS button, underneath the navigational ball tool, whatever that is, that green satellite looking thing, there is like a satellite system where if you're not connected to Kerbin, then you can't transmit science, you can't control remote controlled vehicles such as this one. But I don't know how to view that. In the first game, there were like green lines that you could select to view, so that you kind of knew what had connection. Whereas this one, it just kind of tells me right there. I don't know if there's an option. If there is, that probably is just a Google search away. If you do know about that, that could be something you could leave in the comment for me. Nevertheless, we are getting to the end of this video, so thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, ring the bell, do all that stuff. You know, I gotta make a plug. But check out next video. We're gonna be exploring more of the MUN, find this mysterious signal, and we're also gonna do it Apollo style. So yeah, make sure to check in. Appreciate you watching, and as the last slide is gonna say, make sure to follow me on Instagram.